What's up, guys? I'm Dwayne, and I am Blackboard Gaming, where we teach you about all these great board games that are out there, waiting to be played by you and yours. I'm a simple man, don't want a complication. Complication. How you guys doing today? I hope everybody is enjoying their day. So a couple weeks ago, my wife and I put out a video talking about our top 5 favorite board games of 2021 that we really enjoyed. And we really enjoyed making the video because, that's what we're here for, to talk about board games. Now, this video is about my other 5 favorite games of 2021. Now, when it comes to board games, I'm more the board game enthusiast. I love my board games. My wife, she's more of a casual board gamer. So she hasn't played as many games as I have. So when I approached her about coming out with her top 5, and she said she could do it, I kind of looked at, the reason I said 5, because, her 5 games out of 2021 were probably 5 games she played out of 15. Now, we've played more games than that, but not all of them necessarily came out in 2021. On my end, though, my top 5 was 5 out of more like 40 plus. So I played a lot of board games. Like I say, I got a couple board game groups. So we played a lot of board games. So in this video, I want to talk about, my other top 5, or you could say 6 to 10, So let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Now, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. Now, the first one I want to talk about is this game right here, Rolling Realms. Now, I got this from Jamie Stagmeyer, and of course, this game is from Stonemaier Games. And I usually do not gravitate to rolling rights, and I know that they're the big thing now. And if someone brought one to the table, I would play it because I pretty much would play everything. But except if it has zombies, I'm not gonna do zombies. Not something I'm really into. But I got this copy from Jamie, and I really liked it. Now I played it with my wife, and she didn't really get into it, which I kind of understand why. So, Rolling Realms is like a kind of love letter to Stonemaier Games. So you pretty much have to know enough about Stonemaier Games to really get your enjoyment out of this. And so when he did this game, he did it originally when the pandemic started. And he created this game so as a print and play so people can play it over Zoom. People liked it so much that he ended up making a physical copy. And this is the result. And I really do enjoy this game, but I think, if you have to know Stonemaier Games to understand how the cards work, why they score the way they do and stuff like that. So the cool thing about it has a great solo mode where you're playing around the golf. I know Jamie likes golf. Not actual golf, I forgot what they call it, but you play this as a golf game and you're trying to beat par, get par or whatever. But that's enough about this one. I have one other honorable mention, and that is a game that I received from Kickstarter. I kickstarted a couple years ago, and it came late because, the pandemic. And that's this game here, Seize the Beam. Seize the Beam, published by Quality Beast. And so I was excited to get this game. So in Seize the Beam, you are a barista in Berlin. You're running a coffee shop, and you're constantly upgrading your coffee shop to attract a certain type of customer into your shop. And so you're trying to keep serving them, but you have limited resources. So you have to pay attention. Like, if you can't serve them, they'll leave you a bad review. So to score points, you're trying to get good reviews. So I really, I played this game a couple times, and I really enjoyed this game, But I need to get some more plays in. But I do love this game. So the components are the components in this game, like I did do the Kickstarter version, so they got little actual resin sugar cubes and little milk cartons and coffee beans. So that just adds to the enjoyment. Alright, so let's get right to the list. Okay. My number 10 is a game that I just recently, my wife and I just did recently did a review for, and it just inched in because I played it with her a couple of times, but I ended up playing it solo 5 or 6 times, and that is this game right here, Roll Camera. Now, Roll Camera is a cooperative game. It's dice chucking and then dice worker placement. And what you're doing is trying to film this movie. Now, what I love most about this game is the problems that come up. Trying to figure out the puzzle of getting past those problems. And I love the fact that they're able to give you, there's a production meeting where all the players can pitch ideas. So it keeps all the players involved in the game. I really like this game, and it's hilarious. And I think that's the one thing me and my wife really liked about it. It's just funny, some of the things, but it got a little crunch to it. So that's Roll Camera. Now, my number 9 is a beautiful 2-player game that me and my wife have played, and that is Canopy. Now, in Canopy, you are trying to build up your rainforest. And it's a push your luck card drafting game where, there are 3 stacks of cards and you reach to try to, you pick one up, look at it, and you decide whether you're going to keep it or put it back. If you keep it, it immediately goes into your rainforest. And so you're trying to build up your tableau of cards that make up your rainforest. You're making trees, you are putting wildlife and different plants, and there are threats that could happen, like fire could destroy some plants, disease might hit, and there's lightning, storms or whatever, and then there's the sun and the rain cards, and you're trying to balance out, the ecosystem of your rainforest. So the art, this is from Weird City Games. The art by Vincent Dutray. This is designed by Tim Eisner. This game is a beautiful game. It is really beautiful, and we both really enjoyed this game. So that's Canopy. My next game is the lightest game on my list. On my list of 1 to 10, and this is at number 8. And this game is a solo game called A Gentle Rain. I really love this game. It's just a relaxing puzzle that, there's no win condition. You're just trying to get the best score. That's all it is. That's all it's meant for you to do, is just relax. It tells you in the rule book, take a deep breath, relax. It also suggests put on some soft music, put on some loose clothing, maybe make some tea, But, and what you're doing in this game is you're building up this pond, and you're trying to put the little flowers or the lilies out into the pond in a certain configuration. And that's it. It takes about 15 minutes. It's designed by Kevin Wilson. And this is a beautiful game for it to be this small. So that's A Gentle Rain. Now, my number 7 game is a game that I do not own. And it goes all the way to the other side of the spectrum. Like I said, Gentle Rain is the lightest game on my list. This game is probably the heaviest game on my list. No, it's definitely the heaviest game on my list. And that is Coffee Traders. Now, I played this with my game group. My guy brought it, and we played it, and I really enjoyed that game. So in Coffee Traders, we are farmers that are trying to cultivate our land. We're trying to produce coffee in Asia, South America, Central America, and also Africa. And we are building up buildings. We're working with competitors to try to build up our plantations and stuff. but we're also paying attention to the price of the coffee, and then we're selling coffee. I mean, this game, like we played this early on in the year, but I just kept thinking about the game. And I go to my flag, and they got one copy in there, and I just can't pull the trigger because it has a high price tag. But coffee traders really love that game. Now, my number 6 is a game that my wife mentioned in her top 5, and that is Land versus Sea. I really love playing Land versus Sea. Now, Land versus Sea is a 2-player game, but it has a 3-player variant, and you can play as 4 players if you play as teams. So, in Land versus Sea, one person plays as land, one person plays as sea. One person is trying to complete areas of a completely surrounded land. The other person is trying to complete areas that completely around bodies of water. And I think it's been said that it's harder to play as sea than it is land, and I think it's because in your head you're thinking sea. So you got to think more so as ponds or lakes. In that area, but Land versus Sea is one of the few competitive games. I see my wife getting competitive in this game, which is cool. We get to talk a little cash, and she has fun with this game, and she will. This is one of the games that she will suggest playing. Land versus Sea, great game, simple to play. I played it with my grandsons, and they loved it, and I ended up gifting them my copy, and I got me another copy. So, it's just a fun game. So, that is my top 6 to 10. So now you got my 1 to 10 games of 2021. But the thing is, there are so many games that are out there that I have yet to play. Now, I think my top 5 is solid, But my 6 to 10, they might change because there's just some games that I haven't got to the table yet. Now, I got this one at the table, so you got the empty box. Maglev Metro. Now, Maglev Metro, you're running a subway system. It's a pick up and deliver. It's published by Bezier Games, and it's designed by the same guys that did Suburbia. So my wife enjoyed Suburbia. So I might get her to try this out. But this game can be a little crunchy. Oh, they got this game here. I've been hearing a lot about this game. Haven't got to the table. Mandela Stones. I'm looking forward to playing this. If you like Azul or games like Azul or Sagrada or something like that, abstract, this would be a game to try out. Oh, I got to talk about this game. And I played this once. And I love it. And I got to get it to the table again. Cape May. And this is a game I think my wife would really like because, she really likes history. So, and this is based on a real place, Cape May in New Jersey. And what you're doing in this game is you're entrepreneurs traveling the streets, building up cottages, and then upgrading those cottages to Victorian manors, and then upgrading those to landmarks, historic landmarks. And then you're building stores, and then you're turning them into thriving businesses. So that's really cool. I think she would really like. We both like city building games like Quadropolis and stuff, and Suburbia, and the aforementioned Suburbia. So I think she would like this, especially because they got these nice little plastic houses and stores and all that. So once you're done, it has a nice look on the table. So, like I said, there's so many games out there, and I've played a good amount of them. So I would be remiss to not mention some more games that I had a really good time with, And so, like I said, that's what this channel is all about. Showing you the different types of board games that are out there that will match maybe a theme that you want to check out or some easier games. It's just so many out there. So, if you like the contents of this video, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm trying to get better at doing that. I'm Dwayne. I am Blackboard Gaming. And we will see you next time.